Everyone is a dwelling place for either the universe or God. However, you are only permitted to have close relationships with those who are decent. You must steer clear of those who have wicked thoughts. Although God is present in everything, even the tiger, you still can't hug the tiger because of that. You can ask, why to flee from a tiger, which is also a manifestation of God? In response to this question, the response to that question is as follows. Those who warn you to flee are also manifestations of God. Therefore, you should pay attention to what they have to say. From the viewpoint of someone who is interested in achieving a higher state of consciousness, someone whose companionship is both uplifting and strengthening, and who aims toward timeless things and ideas, is the definition of a true friend who is also worthwhile. These are the things that we need to link ourselves with and appreciate. Pleasant and pleasurable experiences are not sufficient. There are some people who are really kind and have warm hearts, and having their friendship would be quite pleasurable and enjoyable, but their brains never wander toward more lofty pursuits. With the passage of time, it becomes clear that maintaining friendships with such individuals is pointless and a waste of time when it comes to meaningful, long-term relationships. To clarify, I do not mean that he begins to loathe or despise them. Rather, I mean that he continues to enjoy and admire them despite coming to the conclusion that his affiliation with them has little significance. In the same way that an adult moves on from the activities and interests they had as a youngster, a person who is developing does the same thing with the associations they formerly had. And frequently, they vanish all by themselves, much in the same way that childhood pals frequently disappear from the life of an adult. Even if he will continue to adore and even feel nice toward them in his heart, he must come to terms with the fact that their affiliation is truly not contributing anything of value to his life. However, he does not terminate the relationship if they continue to actively communicate with one another. Stay away from friends who are immoral. But if these former friends have a personality that is incompatible with moral thought and behavior, if they seek things that are incompatible with proper thought and action, and if they nurture negativity in any aspect of their lives, he should cut ties with them himself. No respectable individual would act in such a way. The story of a young man who became a seeker yet had many acquaintances who lived in a self-destructive manner brings to mind another young man. When he realized what it would mean to end our relationship with each other, he turned to me and questioned, "Should you ever damage anyone's feelings?" I reassured him, "Simply shift your own frequency, and you will pass out of their world," adding that they would never give you a second consideration after you did so. Therefore, he focused on bettering himself as a person, and after that, he never heard from any of them again. Friends who were never close enough to be called true friends. On the other side, some negative people are able to detect a shift in the vibration of the seeker and react very angrily, feeling as though they have been mistreated when they cut up the affiliation with the seeker. And some who are much more negative do all in their power, including resorting to violence and coercion, to deter others from engaging in self-improvement methods. There are friends who, upon closer inspection, turn out to be anything but friends who are poison. A toxic buddy might mean many different things to many different people, but in most cases, you will have the gut feeling that they are taking advantage of you. You will have the impression that they are putting on an act. You are going to experience negativity. You finally become aware of the fakeness. How to recognize a friend who is bad for you. Isolation. They cut you off from contact with all of your other pals, making you believe that you have no choice but to maintain your relationship with them. They put you down, in my case, in front of others, in order to make themselves feel better or seem cooler. To put it simply, bullying in a passive hostile manner is disguised as jokes. You are putting yourself in danger for them, but they would never do the same for you. You are there for them when they need you, but they are nowhere to be found when you need them. This is an example of the concept of reciprocation, constantly changing their minds about plans, arriving late, or simply not showing up at all. Talking trash about you behind your back is a form of fakery. Are never thrilled to watch someone else achieve success. Liars, manipulators. They light the gas. These are some of the traits of a friend who is harmful to your mental health. It is essential that you do not let their behaviors fool you in order to break free from the harmful influence of your good old friend. The following are some approaches you can take to eliminate them from your life. Just get rid of their contact information and block them. Never again should you communicate with them. Stop associating with those people. If they contact you, just send them a text message. However, if they ask you to hang out with them or do a favor for them, you should never agree to it, because if you do, you will be contractually obligated to work for them. Because you know in your heart that you don't want to do it, it will drive you completely insane. Your response should be strong and to the point. Just say no. Do not compose a lengthy narrative filled with justifications. If you have the strength to do so, you should be honest with them about how you feel about them. If you work with them or are forced to see them frequently, maintain your composure but don't initiate more than a hi and bye chat with them. Inform them that you have established certain limits for yourself. Make it clear that despite the fact that you are a lovely person, you will not put up with being walked all over. Give it to me straight in that manner. I really do hope that this was of some assistance to you, or that it will be in the future. We all have toxic people in our lives from time to time, and being around them may be a source of a lot of stress. When you finally escape their control, you will experience an incredible sense of liberation. I would appreciate it if you could contribute your ideas, experiences, and points of view.